Hello, so I'm back again with amazing video on how to illustrate a printed dress. Now I would request you to watch this video till the end because along with the illustration I'm going to talk about many interesting things. Things like what is Pantone and what is photo analysis and the whole fashion industry, the glamour versus the reality and things like how to sustain in this industry. So please watch this video till the end. Okay, now while talking about all these things, I'm also going to show you how to illustrate. So before I start illustrating, I'll talk about this collection. This collection is designed by Shubhika. Her label is Papa Don't Preach, and I really love her collection. Especially this collection is all about prints, whereas Shubhika is very famous for her amazing embroideries. I love the way she's created completely different look. The whole concept of embroideries changed with Papa Don't Preach. Anyway, so before I start illustrating, usually I start with making first the pose, giving the garment outline. Here I'm outlining it with a black micro tip pen. So my basic outlines are done. Now these are the 5 dresses what I'm going to illustrate. It's a beautiful collection. I love the prints. I love the feel of all the dresses. And I wanted to show you how to do prints. Okay. So here I'm starting with the basic garment outline, and first I've used the pencil and done all the lines, and now I'm going to ink it up. That means I'm going to make the outline with the black micro tip pen. Now usually I do it when I'm rendering it with Staedtler's or watercolor. It looks very nice and it gives me a more cleaner look. Now this again is optional. There are many designers, many students who do not use this pen, but which is also fine. There are times when I have never done it with the black micro tip pen. I directly started with Staedtler's or watercolor, but even this is nice. Okay, I'm giving the footwear. I'm giving as much details as possible. Now because it's the whole collection of 5 dresses, I'm not doing so much of detailing. Like I'm not giving the features exactly, and there are many things I'm not working on so much in detail, but overall I'm giving the look. Okay, once the outline is established, I'm giving the prints also. So they are basic gesture of the prints, whatever the lines where the stripes are going, and then I'm just giving the lines. Okay, starting first with the color, giving my orange color. Now as I told you, I'm going to talk about many things in this video, not only illustration. So let me start with Pantone. Now as a fashion designer, it is very important for each of y'all to know what is Pantone and why it is so important. So basic introduction. Pantone was basically, I think, established in 1963-65, and that was the first color matching system. Now why Pantone is very important, I'll give you my example, a very layman example. Now unfortunately in India, the fashion industry is still not a well organized industry, right? So if I have to choose a color, and if I want this orange, now which particular orange do I need? Say for example, if I printed, I'm planning to make a print, and if I want my dyer to develop this orange, or if I want to get this computer print, I want exactly this orange, or my embroidery wala, I want to tell him to use this particular orange. There's so many oranges, and which color will he take? So that's when Pantone comes in. That's when I give them the number, that this is exactly the number, the color what I want. And the reason I love Pantone is because they have this amazing combinations. So when I'm designing, I don't have to sit and rack my brains about what color. See, these are the ready templates which are available on Pantone. So if you like, I do lots of Pinterest. I love doing pinning stuff on my Pinterest, and I get this amazing visuals on Pinterest, and it becomes easier for me to do the shading, do the combination, work on my color palettes. So that's the reason I love Pantone, because it gives me already established color combination. It's so much of fun, and the combinations are so pretty. Another reason why Pantone is very important is it's like, I'll tell you how I'll give you my example, my real life example. So there are times when I'm working with dyers, okay, and I ask him that, okay, because I used to do lots of mass scale. So if I'm giving him a than, there's one particular dress which has got a chiffon and then it's got a lining of shantoon and it's got a net dupatta, right? Now I'll get the whole than ka than, that is the whole 40 meters or 50 meters of fabric dyed. So once I called my master, this dyer, and said, okay, ye lo 50 meter ka chiffon and like 40 meters of shantoon, that's my lining, and dupatte ke liye, like 40 meters, whatever, XYZ. And I told him all of these I wanted in this particular pink, right? It's as simple as that. Because it's one dress, it has to be the same pink. Now this guy goes and dyes it. Now each fabric absorbs the dye in a different category, like their absorption of that color pigment is different. So what he did was he put all this fabric in the one pot itself because it was same color. But when it came out, chiffon was darker, net was lighter, shantoon was completely a different pink. Now all these three pinks were different. And as I told you, the fashion industry, we deal with karigars, and unfortunately they are not educated. And very smartly he came to me with all those pinks, three different pinks, and I said, Ma, भैया आपने ये क्या किया है? All the pinks are different. And he said, but मैंने तो एक ही color में डाला है, मैं क्या करूँ? I said, that is not the answer. You know कि हर एक फैब्रिक अलग तरीके से कपड़ा कलर पकड़ेगा, तो आपको अलग अलग कलर में ट्राई करना चाहिए था. His answer being that, मैम आपने तो बोला था एक ही कलर. अरे एक ही कलर बोले तो एंड प्रोडक्ट एक कलर ना. So that's the life of a designer. We have to deal with all this kind of carigars. So yeah, this is part of life. When you're in the fashion industry, you'll realize that it sounds very glamorous, and most of the students who join fashion industry, they join because they find that this industry is so glamorous and it's so fun, and you've seen designer walk down the ramp with that 2 minutes of fame at the end of the show, and when they take a bow and they feel, wow, one day I'll be there. But believe me, to reach there for that 2 minutes of fame and glamour, you don't know how much time we spend with our master and karigar, and sitting on the stinky place where you're getting those block printing done, or going to your embroidery wala in those jhopad pattis. So if you feel that this industry is all about glamour, sweetheart, it is not that way. You've just seen the glamour part of it, and there's lots of hard work which goes along with the glamour, along with you feel that, okay, if you're good in illustration, you become a designer. Fashion illustration is, I guess, only 10% of the whole fashion education. If you are a designer, you need to know your construction right, you need to know your stitches correct, you need to know where you will give a French seam and where you will give your fell seam or your well seam. So you need to know all those construction detail. It's not as glamorous. So if you are still contemplating on joining the industry, and you are joining this industry only for the glamour reason, please rain check. It's not the fact. It's not only glamorous. There's lots of hard work, there's lots of fun. But if you really have passion for fashion, for me the best time is when I'm with my master, when I'm sitting with my master and getting my designs cut, and I'm working on my drafts, and then tweaking my designs. नहीं master जी, ये थोड़ा बड़ा पट्टी लग रहा है, 4 इंच के बदले में 3 इंच करते हैं, and then again redoing it and just improvising it. So that's me. That's what I really love doing. Sitting with my master and sitting with my embroidery wala. नहीं इसमें ये वाला लटकन मत डालो, ये वाला पोत मत डालो. So all those things. Anyway, regarding this illustration, can you see this is one of the Pantone chip, and they have shown all those colors. So it becomes so easy to develop a print when you have those ready combinations, and thanks to Pantone. Now, of course, Shubhika has turned up with this print, and I love this print. And of course, she must have got her prints from somewhere else. But yeah, I love this. So that's basically her garment. So when I'm doing the print, I started first with the base color. I am not giving exactly the same print, but what I'm doing is giving a basic gesture. So I started first with this orange, and then I'm adding green and darker green and just filling up things. So it's not exactly like a photo analysis, like a complete replica, but it gives a basic gesture of how the design is. I've kept the motifs kind of similar because it's a very vague and abstract print. It's fun doing because there's no restriction, there's no monotony. So I'm just, randomly playing with colors and adding some dash of black and dash of green and dash of orange, and I'm loving this. It's so much of fun. Okay, so my second and third dress is also done, and it's fun. I love this palazzos. I love this prints. The feel of the fabric itself, I'm loving it. The whole collection is very pretty. Now that's my fifth dress. I love this palazzo also. I love the blue color, and I like the way she's, combined it with that black and white cowboy print waist, the rodeo print, right? That's what it's called, the black and white rodeo. Anyway, so I started with green. I have added a dark green color. Now I'm adding blue. Again, it's not a perfect replica. It's not like a photo analysis. It's basically just, dash of colors. Okay, now if you are a fashion illustration student, photo analysis is one part of photo fashion illustration, which is amazing for you all to learn. Now, if you are a student and you are learning for illustration, okay, assuming that you are at a very raw stage, you don't know how a fabric will fall, I would advise you to do lots and lots of photo analysis. So what do you mean by photo analysis? What you do is pick up a photograph, any photograph, and try to replicate it. It's like a Xerox copy, right? Why? Because once you try to replicate it, you understand how a collar will fall, if it's a puff sleeves, where the crease lines are, if it's a umbrella skirt, how the crease lines are falling. Photo analysis helps you to understand the flow of the garment. Now, when you're doing photo analysis, especially if I'm teaching, I am many times when I give homework to my students, I ask them to do photo analysis of chiffon dress. So once they do a photo analysis, that is a copy of a garment which is made up of chiffon, they'll understand how chiffon has got like hundreds of crease line. Now the same umbrella skirt, if it's made up of chiffon, it will have more crease line. The same umbrella skirt, if it is made up of a stiff fabric, something like a taffeta, it will have lesser crease line. And organza, even lesser crease line. Again, organza, the shine is going to be different. If it's a denim fabric, the fabric is matte, so the way it reflects light is going to be different. So photo analysis helps a lot when you are learning illustration. Now the only thing is, students get addicted to photo analysis. That means when it comes to designing, they really need to see the design, and that is a complete no. Never do that. To learn something, it's okay when you're copying it, but when you're designing, you cannot do photo analysis. It has to be your design. So might be, during my first semester, or at least till the second semester, I allow them to do photo analysis because they are in the learning stage. They are still learning how to, give a pleat, or how to do a particular collar, or, how would a shrug fall. That is okay when they are looking at things and learning. But after second semester, when the whole designing part starts, when the creativity starts flowing, I lose my marbles if they do any copied stuff. So never copy your designs. Please stick to your originality. It's okay, most of the time my students come and they come to me, ma'am, मुझे ये illustrate करने को नहीं आ रहा है. I want this cowl over here, and I want this casket over here, and I want this dupatta flowing this way, and I have this prints over here, and I have pleats over here, and it's okay. I help them. I tell them that this is the way you do it. But it is better than just copying anybody's design and saying that, oh, this is the kind of thing I want. So please, don't copy when you are designing. If you are illustrating, if you're learning how to illustrate, during your learning stage, do photo analysis, but understand it's only for learning, right? So you know that how the garment is going to fall, if how each fabric has a different crease line. So do lots and lots of photo analysis. Okay, so even this dress of mine is almost done. As you could see, I have been playing with so many colors, and now I'm just filling up the blue, because blue, I guess, is one in this dress. The most important color, or the base color, is blue and black. So I had fun enjoying, I really enjoyed making this dress, this prints, and after a long time I've done it. Indeed, this sketch was pending since, I think it took me almost 15-20 days to complete this whole video. The reason being, of course, we had Diwali, so when I went out for this Diwali vacation, and then I'm back, and you know how in India festivals are so important. But this year being a COVID year, 2020, things were different. But anyway, Diwali is always fun. Not one of my favorite festival. I think life is a festival. You don't need one single day to celebrate. It's every day, isn't it? Anyway, बहुत हो गया ज्ञान. Okay, coming back to what else should I talk about? So I spoke about Pantone, I spoke about photo analysis, I spoke about glamour versus reality. Yeah, another very important thing I wanted to talk is few of my students, who have started they completed their graduation, and they started with their selling their product, and they find it difficult to sustain in this competitive world. So how do you become a good fashion designer? Now understand, the most important question you have to ask yourself every single day, every single design you make, is why would somebody buy your dress? Imagine there are so many fashion designers. Anyway, see, check this, all these 5 dresses which I've tried to replicate, and I've tried to do a photo analysis. Yeah, it was fun. Anyway, so what I was thinking about sustaining in this competitive market, there's so many designers who are already making this dress. When you say, for example, you start with your collection and you start with your amazing regular cotton kurtis, okay, cotton tops, and you feel it's a very amazing, your prints are good, but once you go to sell it, a, because your costing is not correct, b, it could be because your cuts are nothing different. So if you are designing, every time you design, you have to ask yourself, what is your USP, your unique selling point? Why would anybody buy my dress? And why would they not go to a regular shop, or even to those rastawala shop where you get the similar cotton kurtis for like what, 200 rupees? So why would they come to me? Why? Because my fabric is better, because my cut is better, because my designs are something which is not to be seen, and it's such a feel good factor. So there are n number of reasons why people would buy your product, but you need to establish your USP. For me, personally, my USP was my cut, my drafts. Since I think I'm very good with my drafting. I've trained my masters very well, and my cuts, my fits were very, very good. So if you see a regular kurti also, even if it's a regular anarkali kurti or even an A-line kurti, the way the garment falls on the body, I used to change according to the body types. I used to change according to the XL size, a droopy shoulder or a large bust, or a problem figure, my drafts used to change accordingly, and looking at the customer, I would suggest them that, okay, try this dress because this is specially made for this kind of figure type. So I used to tweak my drafts. I used to tweak the way I cut my garments according to the different body types. And yeah, I guess I was successful because of my fits. So anyway, individually, I would uh, ask y'all, if you have want to establish yourself as a designer, you need to find your USP. What is one thing which nobody is, giving, which no other designer can give what you are giving? Might be you're very good with your prints, might be you're amazing with your color combinations. Everybody has their own USP. Everybody, you know what is your strength, and always work on your strength. It becomes easier. It's fun designing, and that's your passion. So be true to yourself, and love your designing. If you really love what you're doing, then I'm telling you, you will survive. It's easy. It's one of the, like, I have been in this industry for 25 years and I have enjoyed it. So I hope y'all also, and please feel free to speak to me. And if you have any doubts, if you have any questions, I'm easily available. I am available on Insta. That's my almost kind of a work account. So you can DM me, or you can leave a comment on this video if you have any doubts. If you want me to make certain videos, do tell me, and I will keep making those videos. I hope you are enjoying this video. Anyway, right now what I want you all to do is, please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, can you see that nice pretty red button down there? Yes, on your right hand corner. Yeah, that's the subscribe button. Please, why don't you hit that subscribe button, and hit the like button also. So this illustration is almost complete. I love all those 5 dresses designed by Shubhika of Papa Don't Preach, and it's amazing. All my okay, over here I would have used those marker pens and sketch pens also, but I have used only watercolor. A bit of pen here and there, but most of the time I've used watercolor and poster color. I've done a combination because there's certain color which was very difficult to make. So this aqua blue color, I had a tough time making exactly the same color. So that's about it. I'm giving the skin shading. Over here I've not given all the detailings of the face features, but it's okay. Sketch is ready. I'm having fun adding the background, just scribbling. This is what I really love doing, scribbling, adding. Now, of course, if I had done this in computer, the digital thing would have been so much easier, but believe me, it would not be so much fun. I love playing with colors, and that's how it is. Yes, it is ready. A beautiful collection by Papa Don't Preach, and lovely prints, and I enjoyed making this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Have a nice time. Bye bye. See you soon.